Going on Stobe Hobo Avondale, which is quite a decent distance from Nola. It's like that was like a 2 or 3 hour bus trip, 2 separate buses to get down here. So as you've got supplies and provisions you can buy right here, and then at the very end of this street is the train yard. So this is a pretty reasonable spot where you got the yard here and then Big Muddy here. It's another name for the mighty Mississippi, if you didn't know that. I'd say the only issue is it's definitely going to be mosquito central after dark. Also, it doesn't look like this yard is as busy as I was hoping. There's just a bunch of cars sitting around. I haven't seen any activity. So I'm hoping down at the yard throat here I can get on. Up in here it looks like you got security and you got fences and stuff. So hopefully they just pull out slow. So like I said, I'm going to be on this train possibly more than 24 hours. So we're going to need extra provisions. This seems appropriate drink for New Orleans. Let's get some of these. So I've got a major amount of supplies. I got fried chicken. I got this cheap wine. I got Hurricane. I got this Four Loko Gold. And what else? It's gonna be at least 24 hours on the train. I've got to be stocked up. Unfortunately, it's probably not all gonna be cold by the time I drink it, but that's life. So now I'm pretty much ready to just head over to the yard and get parked. Next BNSF double stack train out of here I am on. Pretty much the same position as the last report a couple hours later, and I think what's going to happen is I'm going to divert already from the plan and get on this Union Pacific. I think they're building this right here. Long story short, I mean, the situation down here is absolutely virulent mosquitoes. Well, all of a sudden things have got pretty crazy here. I think I want to get on this stack, but this asshole is backing up and doing work, and I didn't see the engines on this. Well, I missed it because of this guy here parked right there, right as the other train passed. So you can see this asshole turned his bright light on. Quick update. Just because I gotta change the plan due to I mean, there's supposed to be BNSF double stacks leaving out of this yard. I've seen absolutely no activity in that intermodal yard. So I'm on UP, meaning I'm gonna have to change trains in Houston, guaranteed. I just can't spend, the mosquitoes are so bad. Built a track through any of this swamp out here. This is at least 2 or 3 miles long so far. It's obviously down there the ground is just so muddy, and this is way slower than I thought. I got on this last night and it's morning and it's not gone very far. And honestly, I'm not even sure it's going to Houston. There were some junctions. Not sure what river this is. Looks like the frickin' Mississippi. You can see this is still very far inside Louisiana. I mean, it's so swampy and dense out there. I'm just dreading if it's gonna get dark. If it gets dark and we're still in this again, it's just mosquito, absolute mosquito infestation. Once again, I don't get what is going on, but this is the speed. The train has just been going at this speed. I don't know if there's an old woman driving it. I don't know if there's track problems, but I mean, I'm just counting the mileposts. I'm about 160 miles from New Orleans at well over 12 hours after leaving. I really hate to say it, but I'm not having fun so far at all. It's super hot, I'm getting low on water. The whole time you could just jump off the train. It's going this speed. It's ridiculous. This train has gone about 40 miles since we changed the crew at 6 in the morning. You know? Well, here we are again, stopped for absolutely zero reason. I've been on this train about 18 hours and I've gone like 200 miles. It's just, it's really ridiculous. It's making me question like what is going on with this. I mean, I've never been on a train that's gone this slow for this long. The problem that's coming is that when it gets dark, there's gonna be merciless mosquitoes. Grim times, June 30th, somewhere in the Louisiana swampy areas out.
Texas, and finally we're going fast. Hopefully we hit Houston before the beer stores close. This has got to be the worst train I can remember being on. It's going to be more than 24 hours New Orleans, Houston, and that's in a car, and that's like a 5-hour drive. It's ridiculous. I'm getting so worn out right now. It's not worth it. This is not worth the time. It's not worth spending a day to be stuck in these swamps. Because this is Beaumont, Texas. For whatever reason, they can't go through Beaumont at more than freaking 5:58. That's the police station right there. Look at that. This actually looks not bad. I could just get off here. I could just get off. Give up on this piece of shit train. I'm so sick of this thing. Some kind of huge junction here. I don't know what it does. I've never seen so many cops anywhere than in this town. Well, this godforsaken train is finally going a little faster. The train is stopped in one of these just, you know, jungles of swamp, you know, here, and the insects, I mean, I don't know if you can get the real impression of what's going on with the insects, but you can hear. You hear those? There's just like, you know, hundreds of thousands of mosquitoes per acre here. And as long as the train's stopped, just got to deal with the situation here. I'm done with the South. I'm done with this. This is exasperating. I long to be away from insects right now. And it's so hot you can't get in your sleeping bag. Forget it. Because you'd have to completely cover your face with the bag. I could have brought insect repellent, but I'm totally exasperated. I'm just getting bit all night long out here until this train gets going, and that could be another hour, could be 3 hours the way this thing's been going. Alright, pulling into Houston, just pulling right, there's the UP hump yard right here. Cars, a lot of different tankers getting humped on that. So what happened is a BNSF train on the same line came up and stopped and then started going again, and I'm on that. So now I've switched railroads and I think I'm going south I'll end up at a BN yard, which is what I want to get to. There's the cityscape and all that. I don't really got the energy about going and seeing another huge city. This is the kind of crazy BS you got to deal with sometimes. Fortunately, I'm really glad that it's nighttime. Looks like that train just went straight through town. Hopefully we're just gonna keep on going. Texas, completely out of water and food, so definitely a good time to resupply. Definitely looks like it's quite a walk into town, but absolutely no choice at this point. Don't want to go through the heat of the day like this with no water, food, nothing. Look at this sky right here. Look at this. Right here in Central TX, folks. I'm down to get some beer, hang out for a little bit. It's gonna be so obvious to the sheriff when if I walk in from this direction like this, what's been going on. It is mega hot. This is also an area I guarantee if you're walking around with a big pack on, you're gonna get too much attention. So I had to ditch that. I'm probably still, just the fact that you're walking just gets you attention in places like this. Look, there's nobody walks at all. If you're not in a car, it's suspicious in towns like this. You know, a lot of people have that Texas pride and that just proud to be Texas and all this stuff. Well, clearly those people aren't from here. This is one of the most pointless places I've ever seen. And from there to there to there to there, I've already walked, and I can't find any place to buy beer. Or not just beer, but supplies. You know, I gotta keep going here. There's nothing I can find. It's really frustrating. It's super hot. It's pretty much just totally miserable here. And to make things worse than I thought, I didn't know this till I got here. We got a junction, and this junction is going to be a problem. Up that direction, that's Fort Worth. I just realized I went into the library and looked on the internet a little bit. I don't want to go to Fort Worth. And if you see here, it looks like you got 3 tracks going that way. And I think just this one is the one to Clovis, which is where I want to go. And I mean, the yard is way back there. Train's going to be moving when it hits the junction. And I mean, it's possible I'll just go to Fort Worth. I definitely am ready to get out of here. I mean, I can make do if it goes to Fort Worth, but it's going to be a bigger pain than if I go to Clovis. So that's what's going on. Temple, Texas, July 1st. Cannot wait to get out of this place. Out! Alright, so here's the deal. You got northbound coal empties, guaranteed these are going the entire distance to Denver. What's the problem with these? First of all, basically, look at these coal cars. They're empty, so you're not going to have to ride in the coal, but this is not a great ride. You're going to be lying down somewhere in there. I mean, yes, you can ride in that, but look at that. You're going to be so dirty. And look at that wall. Are you positive you can get out of that? I'm not totally sure you can actually escape unless you're really tall. So if you don't do that, you can ride in the DPUs, which are down here, which is a good ride generally, but your problem is that people come and check in those. See, those are right in the gas station. I don't know if they're getting refueled right now, but they're in the gas station. People come in those once a day at least, and they do this little check. And from here to Denver, that could be 3 days. It's ridiculous how slow these things go. That means at least 2 times from now, guys are gonna come in there. What do you do then? I don't know. But the fact is, this train, both of them, there's 2 of them there, side by side. These are going to Denver. I can be on that train somehow and get all the way to my destination. That's what I'm trying to decide right now what to do. First thing that will veto this, I'm not gonna ride in the empty coal car. It's dirty, you don't see any scenery, and honestly, I'm not sure you can get out. So that leaves the DPU. Recently, BN has been locking all the DPUs on these things. For whatever reason, this begs a more fundamental question about this. Is there time to go get more beer or not? Because I'm out of beer right now. And if I'm gonna be on this thing for a day and a half to Denver, I'm gonna need beer. This overpass, if you go left on this overpass, it's not super far to the gas station with beer. So I could wait around, definitely get the train, or I could go get some beer. Maybe miss the train. I'm just gonna take the advice that somebody in this situation thought. I'm gonna go get some beer. Not write that on the car. The thing's been written there, it's been on there for years already. And it's the perfect advice for a time like this. Light's the beer store. Here's the yard. Why? Why is it not here at this frickin' intersection? What the hell, man? Alright, we got a 12-pack of ice cold beer. Now it's time for the train to leave. I've never kissed a woman with as much passion as I'm sipping this beer right now. Oh, what a shot. Well, let's just say a little later on, the right train has showed up. I'm in the rear engine of a coal. It means it's going to Fort Worth. I ran out of patience. The bugs, the mosquitoes, everything. I got a 12-pack. Passing through this crappy town. Definitely not going to miss Temple, Texas. There's just nothing interesting or exciting about this place. This train's making the left. This is a coal empty, but we're making the left to Clovis. Guaranteed. I'm really interested to see what the final result is going to be with this train. The good news is there's a lot of beer left in that 12-pack. And this train is about to start booking it. So nothing really to complain about here. Oh my goodness, we got a major problem here. The train is dead-ended. Look at this, we're dead-ended here.